Today's Friday, June 16th, 2023. This is Andrew Koper. Tomorrow morning I'm going to run the Leadville Heavy Half Marathon. Leadville is a small old mining town in Colorado, about 2 hours west of Denver in the Rocky Mountains. Its claim to fame is that it is at 10,000 feet high elevation in the Rocky Mountains. So they're hosting a half marathon and a full marathon where people are going to start the marathon at 10,000 feet, run through trails, run through old fire roads up to Mosquito Pass, which is about 13,000 square feet in really rugged conditions. So at a resort in Copper Canyon in Colorado right now, getting ready the night before for the race, and this bills itself as the most challenging technical race in America. So this is going to be new for me because I've done street races before. I haven't done a long trail race like this, and especially at high altitudes where the air is really thin. So wish me luck. We're off.
And so this year you've been following Leadville's weather closely, and the funky dynamic this year is that the race starts in the morning and it's supposed to rain all morning. So at least there's not thunderstorms and lightning, but there's 40, 50, 60% chance of rain depending on which app you look at. So I'm planning on running in the rain. So not only is this going to be like a rugged trail race, but it's going to be raining. Here's a Google map. I had not heard of Leadville until Russ talked me into this adventure, and so it's a small town here on the map. Here's Denver, Colorado. So I'll zoom out, and so yeah, you fly into Denver, and then you go into the Rocky Mountains, and then here's Leadville, and then from their website, it looks like this. And again, small mining town, 10,000 feet up. They just host running races and mountain bike races. Part of running races is laying out your gear the night before. It's a kind of a fun ritual, and it helps you be prepared and not stressed out the morning of, when you're getting around often in the dark really early in the morning. So this is my gear layout for the Leadville Half Marathon. This is tricky. This is probably the hardest one I've ever had to do, because I've traveled from Michigan to Colorado, and it's up in the mountains, so the weather's really unfamiliar. I've always done road races, so I kind of know what to wear for that. And I'm often running in Michigan or around Detroit, so I'm at home and have everything I need. So this was doubly tricky because I had to kind of pick out what to bring here to choose from. And then with the elevation, unfamiliar, don't have a lot of experience with how that makes the temperature cool and how that might change. And then, was it going to rain? Because it was hot in Michigan. It was summer. It's June. And so I was packing in hot summer weather. But I knew there was a chance of rain, so I had to bring rain layers, and it could be cold. And then on top of that, storms blow in to the mountains quickly, blow through the mountains quickly, including thunder and lightning storms. There's instructions in the race on what to do if a lightning storm blows through quick. So I'm bringing all this stuff. The stuff at the bottom is probably what I'm gonna wear, and then I've got some rain layers, and then I've got warm layers that I'm gonna put in gear check, so that it's supposed to 50 to 60% chance of rain all morning long, all while we're running on dirt trails at the top of the Rocky Mountains. So really challenging to pick gear for. Good morning. It is 7:30 a.m. on Saturday, June 17th. Driving from the hotel to Leadville for the race.
It's 36 degrees outside, so it's chilly. But was thinking as I walked out of the hotel, I'm glad I've ran in Michigan in the winter, because I've ran in colder temps than this, in the 20s, in the teens. So all of a sudden, 36, which is a little bit above freezing, it doesn't seem that cold. I'm a bit apprehensive and a bit nervous, just because I've never run a race like this before. Always done street races. And so to do a trail race where you're in essence running up the side of a mountain and at such high elevations is just obviously new elements that I don't have much experience with. So I'm a little apprehensive, a little nervous. The weather is 90% chance of rain in Leadville when we're going. So I expect it to be 35 and raining for like the first hour. And one of the things everyone says is throw your regular pace out the window, because you're going to be running uphill and it's going to be rugged conditions. So this, I know what I normally do a half marathon in, and this is going to be a lot longer just because it's going to be a lot slower. So just apprehensive about what it's actually going to be like, because I anticipate it raining probably off and on, and how cold is it going to be, and how muddy are the normally dirt roads, are they going to be mud, are we going to have to be running across water? It's a really interesting time when you're signing up for a race right before the race, because normally I'd be more happy, more excited, but I'm just a bit nervous for the conditions. And am I going to be miserable out there? And my right knee's a little sore, and is that going to become a problem? The co-pilot on this adventure is Mr. Russ, who is driving right now.
Hello.
Russ, any pre-race thoughts at the moment?
Hope it's not too muddy, and I don't know. Just gotta remember to take it slow.
Yeah, don't go out too fast.
Normal race.
Yeah.
Just don't go out fast the first 3 or 5 miles, and just die the rest of the way. So.
Yeah.
Other than that, just hope to have a good race.
Yep.
And make it back safe, and be injury free. So.
That makes sense.
See how it goes. A lot of bikers out on the roads.
Yeah, there are. So we've given each other's emergency contact information. Anything you want to say to Heidi if you don't make it back alive?
Oh God. I love you, and I was doing something that I really enjoyed.
Okay, makes sense. All right, next check-in will be from Leadville. Yeah.
Rugged enough.
Leadville, Colorado. Elevation 10,200 feet above sea level. About 2 miles above sea level. Old mining town in the Rocky Mountains. Part of the race experience, the shuttle from the parking area to the start line. And as can happen, everyone wants to make it there early, so you can get a pretty crowded shuttle sometimes. I think this is where the post-race gathering is. We're in downtown Leadville. The start line is over there. You can hear the announcer.
Happy and then also happy or not.
I've been looking at what people are wearing to help figure out, to get my layers right. This is the starting area, starting corral and the finish corral.
draws runners from all over the country and a lot of experienced, I think, trail runners and people who run like technical courses. You see people with their poles that they run with. This is the profile.
Team Leadville is running to stop veteran suicide with Warriors Ascent, a non-profit serving veterans nationwide suffering.
You like never see a race with that altitude and elevation profile.
Still nervous about my layers. I'm gonna dress actually really warm. You know, you don't have to dress really warm because you can heat up while you run. But I'm gonna wear a fleece and this my knee hat, which I normally don't do, just because I'm so nervous about running and getting rained on, and then being high up, and then where it gets colder and with not so many people around, like up on the 12,000 feet. So I'm gonna dress warm. I think I can strip these off. That's the biggest question mark, but it's almost go time. This is gonna be awesome.
Here's the starting corral right before the race begins.
You can do it!
Definitely been studying people's gear to figure out what I should wear and what I should check.
Are you ready? Come on, tell me again. Are you ready? One thing you remember out there, when you're going to breathe in hard and it gets really tough and you're climbing up that hill, just remember Leadville. Say that to yourself, Leadville.
Any final words, Ross?
Anything more is not
Let's fucking
necessary.
go.
Anything less is not enough.
Perfect.
You can do it. Remember this, we've proved this thousands of times in the 100. You're better than you think you are. You can do more than you think you can. Family, we'll see you at the finish line. Go get 'em! 1,600 competitors out here today, and you're one of them.
Start of the race. Uphill, first miles on pavement. Then it's to black mark. Harder breathing heavily. Thin air. High elevation. Thin air. South challenge. Elevation. And opposite challenge. Never been breathing this heavily. 3 blocks is probably the half-mile mark. Just getting out of town. To this race runs west out of town into the mountains, or into the Tire Mountains. One of the things I noticed is I was stuck in air 2 blocks in. I also noticed that no one's talking. Everyone there's, I'm definitely noticing the thin air now. I ran at 5,000 feet twice in Denver to try and get acclimated. But I was really curious, one of the big variables is how does 10,000 feet compared to 5,000 feet? And the air's definitely thinner. Mile 1, going through like a mining area. I don't know if this will get picked up in the camera behind me. But lots of mining trails from this area's mining history. People who do rugged and ultra a lot walk up hills. It's a technique. I'm having trouble talking and running at the same time. Mile 1, mile 1.5. It's snowing. It's January 17th. Never ran in snow in January before. Mile 2, snow's picked up. It's snowing harder. is a relatively flat part. I didn't study the course as carefully as I should have, but the good news is it's not all up. There are some flat parts. I love these beech trees and the ravine immediately to our left is also exciting. But running in snow in June. Mile 2.5, just came out of the forest of birch trees. This route is relatively smooth. The road in the forest was really rocky. I want to capture that on video, but I'm also really at risk just tripping on the rocks. I stripped my hat, fleece, and shell off about a mile ago. I heated up. Ruts are a hazard in running between runs like this. I knew I dressed warm. I just was really concerned about being caught in rain for hours when it was really cold. So I'm glad I erred on the side of warmth. It's just wrapped around my waist right now. Mile 3, just at a switchback, up an incline. Talked to some other runners who've done this before, and it's been raining so much. It's still snowing. They're like the dirt trails are gonna be mud. Who is that?
I'm pretty sure.
Is he an experienced trail guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
K-R-A-R, you can look him up. Yeah.
All right. So, they warned me the dirt trails and the roads are gonna be mud, and they're mud here. My feet are slipping out from underneath me. Mile 3 1/4 to the first aid station, water station. Thank you. First aid station, first water station. They use something called speed cups here, which I haven't used for. There's just little collapsible cups, and you pull it out when you come up to it, and they pour your fluids in you. Mile 3, 4.3. Look at my pace. Normally I feel bad about this. I don't know if I was running. This is slow. But they said throw your regular pace out the window, throw your regular splits out the window. Well, 4.75. We're at a relatively flat part. I knew the course was going to have some flat parts in it. I can actually run a little bit here. It's like half a mile up and then maybe a quarter mile, half a mile flat, half a mile up the Rockies, a quarter mile flat, half a mile up. So I'm happy for this flat part where I can kind of run. But one of the things that's happening is the trail's getting rockier, and a couple people warned me it's really easy to turn your ankle. You gotta be careful. Whoa, like that, to not sprain your ankle at 11,000 feet when there's no spectators and no help nearby. But holy crap, I'm gonna stop. We got like mine tailings to the right, and then a giant valley to the left.
Mile 5. I feel good. I'm happy. The two things that I was most apprehensive about before the race was the conditions, because the worst case scenario was rain the entire time. And just, I don't take cold well, I get cold easy. So the idea of being rained on for 3 or 4 hours in freezing temperature, below freezing temperatures, was a concern to me. While at high altitude with not much help. And the other thing that was a concern to me was my fitness. I'll talk about that more later. But I'm on a flat spell and I can actually run on one of the flat parts. So I feel good. Some of the apprehension I had before the race. The worst case scenario is not turning out to be. Although, only about a third done. And they talk about thunder and lightning storms.
We're not to the top yet.
Yeah, rolling in quickly. And the hardest, steepest part is yet to come. This is the second aid and water station before we go. Thank you. Oh, nice to see you. Almost tripped on a rock there. I think this is the second and last aid station before we go up the mountain. For the pick of the race. They've got their speed cups. Which again, I'm not used to. But, you know, I think they're trying to minimize waste by not using disposable cups. I'm gonna get out of the way here. I started to do a block right before this. I started to choke on it. I couldn't breathe and run up the incline at the same time. So I'm gonna take a gel here because I can drink some water to wash it down before I keep going. You know the mile point? All right, thank you. Drink some Roctane here with the aid station, trying some new stuff.
It's snowing.
Bit of a risk. Ooh, soup waffle. I'm gonna go for a soup waffle. I like these. All right, get some fuel, get some hydration for the hard part. Thank you. About mile 6.5. Going up a switchback here. Got some others coming back. Super muddy, super rocky, quite rocky.
You did too.
Good job.
Throw your jacket out. Good job.
Thank you. That's why I brought it. Thank you. Thank you. Good job, runner. That's what running up the Rocky Mountains looks like. I've managed to keep my feet dry so far, and I've managed to not trip on any rocks. Sprained my ankle, and I've got to be careful for these people coming down because I've got gravity pulling me backwards. Man, these rocks are gnarly, and they've got gravity pulling them down. I am running up a creek right now, and my shoes are pretty dry until right here. My right foot just got wet. One of the problems is the runners coming down are on the left, and they're going fast because they're getting pulled by gravity. And so we have to stay to the right
where one of the waters is. This is about mile 7. I'm happy that I can kind of run over this really ragged rock. I do have to concentrate on the ground though, because one of the hazards of doing this is spraining your ankle or falling down. You can really get hurt. I have never run on rocks before. Mile 7.5 mostly past the really rocky part at 7, where it's just rocks and water. Now into a lot of mud. This is what the snow melting and the runoff is, I guess, what my man Harmon in Boulder said is mud season around here. Just past 7.5, mile 7.5, getting really steep and really rocky. Might not come across in the video here, but it is real steep. Whoa. Happy with the job I've done so far. I love being able to move, not following these rocks. This is too steep. I can't run here. I can't talk. And video. And to the right. Mile 8, part 1. Look at this pace. I've never ran, quote unquote, this slow. Look at the pace on my running watch. Normally this would be terrible, but this is as fast as I can go right now. It is just so steep and it is so rocky. And the mud actually isn't so bad. Leadville Heavy Half Marathon. 8 mile mark. Woo! June 17th, 2023. I did not realize this was going to turn into mountain climbing more than anything. Probably at 11,800 feet. Above sea level, maybe up to 12,000 now. Look at this. The road went away miles ago. It's just a rocky trail. This is more like mountain climbing than running. I wasn't going to video again so quickly. This is 8. It's 8.
See that, guys.
8.25 miles.
I promise you, I would not lie to you. I can't promise I'm not listening.
This is 8.25. This is just incredible. It's mountain climbing on a rocky trail. I thought the snow would lessen up for some reason. I didn't think the snow would get thicker. But what do I know about living in flat Michigan? What it's like in the Rockies at maybe 12,000 feet right now. Now, I am glad I wore my heavy layers.
Yeah, Amanda. Hey, Josh, let me call you back in a second.
Realize this is the apex. One of the things that they changed last minute with the race this year is you're not going all the way to the top of Mosquito Pass. You are, because of the snow and all the precipitation they've had over the last couple weeks, they couldn't clear the pass. I'm gonna turn around. They couldn't clear the pass, so they had to alter the course and stop before you got to the top. So I don't know if this is 12,200 feet, 12,500 feet above sea level, but this is actually the turnaround. I saw it was an aid station and medic station, but this is the turnaround. This is the high point, this is the apex, so I'm glad I made it. I didn't quite realize this is what that was. I thought it was another aid station. But they added more mileage on, a little lower, it's a little flatter. And so we actually won't go to the top of Mosquito Pass. We won't go to 13.2, we're going to 12.5 or 12.6, whatever this is. So it's a heck of an accomplishment. I feel good, all things considered. I'm out of breath. The valley, the view here is probably normally stunning across the valley, except it's snowing, so you can't see that far. All right, we're gonna get some more clips on the way back, but this is the pinnacle, man. Pinnacle of the 2023 Leadville Heavy Half Marathon. Mile 8.75. I'm probably not gonna film as much because I'm back down from the apex a little bit. And everyone said the views were stunning. And this would, I think, normally be more stunning. But the snow, I'm not gonna film so much because my hands are stinging. My throwaway gloves got wet. And actually taking them out to film, it's just got my hands really cold, so they're stinging. But 8.75, I just want to capture the 2 feet of snow. And again, why they altered the race course. This is the snow alternate 2 days ago because they just couldn't clear the snow all the way to the top of Mosquito Pass. There is 2 feet of snow to my right. And the people who have the walking poles, I see why they do that now. And I am not going to film so much on the way down because of all the rocks. Mile 9.5. I can't believe how much conditions have changed. We're not in that driving snowstorm anymore. This is like night and day. Still running down rocks. I'm still gotta be careful while I run. I'm not gonna video that too much anymore. My hands aren't stinging anymore, but we're going back now. This course isn't out and back. So I've seen a lot of this before and caught it on film. But it's just amazing to me. 20 minutes ago, 600 more feet up. We're in a driving snowstorm, running up rocks. And now it's so pleasant. Gravity's pulling me down. So I've got to be careful of the rocks. I just fell right before I started to start to film this clip, but I fell into the grass, so I didn't get hurt. This is prime to ankle twisting. Still not rocky, dirty road, but still have runoff, melting snow runoff. But this is a valley. My battery's getting real low. I'm running out of battery, so I may not film very much before the end of the race, but I wanted to get up here. 10.5. Still some ups. You can see things now. It's not snowing. You can see over the valleys. Some of these stunning views. No way you couldn't on the way up. Ow! Just stepped on a big rock and turned my ankle a little bit. So nice, it's cleared up. Mile 11. And I feel like it's over. I did it. I won. I have a load off my shoulders. It's not snowing. Not in that driven snow at the top of the mountains. Not out of that technical rock. I feel like it's over. I feel like I did it. I feel like I won. I'm really happy right now. I can run. What's funny is this half is actually like 15.6 miles. It's longer than 13. But I can run 5 miles in the mud relatively easily. Going back, it's like an on-back course. So I've seen this before, but I'm so happy. There were so many variables. I've never done anything like this before. So just the temperature and the rain, and I geared all right for that. And the climate, the thin air. What was that going to be like? 10,000 square feet, 10,000 feet above sea level, 11,000, 12,000 square feet above sea level. Like I handled that well. My fitness held up. I didn't train a lot for this. I was so busy with work, just having this deadline extended and over, and working on the weekend, that I ran this Toronto Half Marathon like 6 weeks ago, but then I ran very little in between now and then. So I'm really happy with how my fitness held up. Mile 12. You can actually see now without the snow down in the valleys. Too pretty not to get a little clip of. Mile 14. This terrain is so unique. It's just this hard rock. I gotta get a little bit of that. Ruts, mud, and really hard rock. About mile 14 and a half. About 1 more mile to go. These birch trees are so pretty. Again, it's so funny. Once I turned around from the peak of the mountain, the apex, and got out of the snowstorm about mile 9.5, and the weather cleared up, I was like, it's over. I did it. I won. I was like, these trails, I can run on this. This is flat dirt. It was rocky and downhill before, but it just felt like over an hour ago. I did it. I conquered it. I could still twist my ankle. I could still pass out. I don't think a lightning storm is going to blow through, but I think I gotta focus on the ground here. Let's actually stop and get this valley because it's coming towards the end.
Go.
All right, I started to finish the race successfully. Really happy about that. You know, it was a big event, the most hardest half marathon in America, if not the world. You're running up the Rocky Mountain, and I was happy coming through the forest. And I started to say what I was grateful for, and then the phone battery died, so I wanted to finish that because I was grateful for the Run Detroit store. Justin and Aaliyah and Megan and all the staff, people who work there, and they're knowledgeable, friendliness and knowledgeable about running, decided running group runs. That's helped me run more. I want to thank Russ, the man behind the camera right here, who's like had this crazy idea of like, hey, let's run the Leadville Half Marathon. Let's go to Colorado and run the hardest race in America. Grateful for all my running friends, all the people I've met through running. Just like too many to mention. Just all the nice, smart people, all my running friends I've met. I'm grateful for RFB and Richard and Rebecca for organizing that, Danny and Lauren. That's a really nice community for the Monday Run Group. And I'm grateful for my parents. Marie has been my support crew on a lot of my runs when I first started getting into running 4 or 5 years ago with the base show half marathon, Detroit Marathon, Philadelphia Marathon. My uncle organized a really nice brunch after that big race, so I'm really grateful for them. They're my support. I'm just grateful for all these people. So that's it.
So